Hello everyone and welcome back to another week of the Pokédraft Kings League. Now, unfortunately last week there was a lot of issues trying to coordinate with my opponent, so there wasn't a week 4, and as you can see in our record, down here, sorry I get confused, we do have a tie for that week because we were in the middle of a battle, we did get disconnected, and it was very unfortunate, but hey, what can you do? Now, my opponent has a very interesting team here, and it's actually based on the anime. This week is Magneton. Wow, I really botched that up. This week's theme is anime, so my team is based on Pokemon. I have Pikachu, I have Big Weavile, I have Donphan, and I have the Charizard that ran away. So, all of these are very Ash Pokemon related, or Team Rocket and things like that, and you will see from the nicknames. But my opponent told me his anime of choice was Fairy Tail, so I don't know if you guys know it, but it could be, I don't know. I have no idea about that anime. I'm not very familiar with anime, but hey, that's what he chose. That's what his team is based on, and let's see here. The Infernape lead is pretty obvious. So, would he have Fake Out? I'm gonna lead with my Weavile though. That's what I decided to lead with. I'm very scared that Infernape will set up Stealth Rocks on me. So that's something I definitely would not like to deal with, because I do have Charizard. Although I did bring Donphan, which can come in on a lot of Pokemon like Rhyperior or Magneton in order to spin them away. So our priority is to make sure that we don't let the rocks come down. Now, Cryogonal lead for my opponent. I honestly have no idea what Cryogonal could potentially do to me. So I'm going to open a web browser. My computer is just so slow, and I'm going to check what Cryogonal potentially does. Cryogonal, yep. And I should open the damage calculator while I'm at it, because I take these battles very seriously. And okay, so it can rapid spin, it has levitate as its ability, so I do have my Weavile. It is the setup Weavile. So, and I do have Compound Ice, which will boost the accuracy of my moves. So I'm gonna Sleep Powder here. I really think that's the right move. I will connect, so Cryogonal will take its first and only sleep turn. And it knows Recover as well. There's only one set for this thing listed. And it does have a huge special defense. But I can start boosting with Quiver Dance. He'll probably want to stay in, so a couple of sleep turns would be very beneficial for us. That's the second turn. It's asleep now. So, let me see. Can I 2-hit KO this thing with my Weavile? Quiver Dance Sweeper. Hurricane. I'm already at +1 though. It will do a minimum of 57% to the offensive set. And he will bring me down to Focus Sash, or almost. And if he is the bulky rapid spin, I will not 2-hit KO. But since he did lead with it, I'm just gonna go for the Hurricane here. I have a chance to confuse. I do connect, fortunately, and he also has a chance to stay asleep. Wow, that thing is very bulky. Extremely bulky. Now, wow. Okay, so the bulky set should have, wow, it potentially has haze here. So that could be very problematic. He will wake up, and that definitely looks like a low roll. Or it could be a Salt Vest too. I'm gonna go for the Hurricane once more. He will wake up. He is guaranteed to wake up here. But yeah, this should be a 3-hit KO. He goes for the Freeze Dry. He almost brings me down to my Sash. But now my Sash is useless, of course. Now, does he have anything that's faster than my +1 Weavile? I don't think he does. So I'm gonna Hurricane here. I think I should be able to take down the Cryogonal. I really hope I do. Yes, okay. So Cryogonal goes down and Weavile takes that KO. I have to write that down for stats purposes. Weavile, KO, Cryogonal. Now, he might want to bring something that's Choice Scarfed. Although that thing, okay, Infernape. He could have the Fake Out. Would he have the Fake Out? A Fake Out will do 20%. Wow. Does he have a Focus Sash, or is he simply going to set up Stealth Rock on me? I don't think I can risk going out into anything. Weavile could be some nice death fodder, but I'm just gonna click Hurricane once again. Wow, he goes for a Mach Punch, which I resist, and I do live. So, if he's not Focus Sashed... yes! He's not Focus Sashed! Perfect! So Weavile takes its second KO against Infernape. Wow. And as you can see, Weavile is nicknamed after Jesse from Jesse and James from Team Rocket. So Jesse really pulling through for us. I'm gonna Sleep Powder this Magneton because I will be able to hit it at least once, even if I didn't Sleep Powder. But the Sleep Powder allows me to potentially, how do you say it? 3-hit KO it, maybe. Although if it has Heavy Light, and I mean, if it doesn't wake up after one turn, that's 2 hits Weavile got off instead of just the one. So he does sleep for a second turn. Now, that really didn't do anything though. It really didn't. We don't know what item he has on Magneton, but wow, I think, yeah, I messed up on my Pikachu because I do have Static instead of Volt Absorb. Okay, so what does Magneton want to do to us? I'm gonna bring in the Dumbfan. I'm gonna save Weavile. I don't think getting another hit is worth it because it's negligible damage. We see no leftovers and Magneton cannot recover anyway at all. He takes another turn of sleep though, so we've been very fortunate with max sleep turns on all of his Pokemon. Now, the Earthquake is quite obvious, and he is guaranteed to wake up. So, I'm gonna Stealth Rock here, because, yeah, there's the switch. His Togekiss and his Mantine don't appreciate the Stealth Rock, because it does take out 25%. Now he brings in his Rhyperior. We got no information out of that Magneton. He could set up Stealth Rock himself, but he wouldn't go for a fighting or for a rock move, would he? I don't think he would. And we should outspeed everything on his team, unless Magneton is Scarfed. So I'm gonna switch into Charizard. Might be an obvious... I don't think it's too of an obvious switch. It's a bit risky, not gonna lie. But... Magneton... Are you Eviolite? Yeah, okay, he went for an Ice Punch. Wow, predicting my Victory Bell potentially. Although he would have dealt a lot of damage to... He would have dealt a lot of damage to Donphan as well. Now, I am Mega Charizard Y. He doesn't know that just yet. So... Mega Charizard Y with Solar Beam against Rhyperior. I mean, there's no way he survives my Solar Beam. So I'm just gonna click Solar Beam. If he switches out into something else like Togekiss, I mean, I guess the switch is quite obvious. But just in case he tries to overpredict... No, he doesn't, okay. He's playing very safe. And he did reveal the Ice Punch. He does bring Mantine though. So what kind of sets does Mantine have? Mantine. I have no idea how to pronounce that properly. Or what's the correct pronunciation rather. He can Defog, he can Scald, he can Air Slash, he can Toxic. This Solar Beam probably won't hurt him too much, but the 25%, wow, that does absolutely nothing. Wow. Yeah. Mantine. That's definitely the standard set. So, he will probably want to defog here. I'm just gonna take this opportunity to roost my Charizard back into full health. Mantine doesn't look like it can learn Roost. No, it doesn't. So he goes for the Air Slash. Pretty interesting, but I'm not too bothered by that. And this is the second turn of Sun, right? Because I Mega Evolved and you attacked, and then this was the second turn. So, do I Solar Beam once again? Because 2 more Solar Beams should take down this Mantine. So I will go for that. He might want to switch. No, he doesn't. He might want to go for a Toxic. Potentially a Protect. But he's not leftovers either. So he decides to go for Defog. Which means no more Stealth Rock. Now, because we are in the sun, Fire Blast should deal about the same damage as Solar Beam, yeah. But Solar Beam also does so much more damage to Togekiss and Magneton. And he's not going to bring in Rhyperior. So he might try to predict and bring in Togekiss now that there's no Stealth Rock. So I'm gonna click Fire Blast. It's not as accurate. But no, he decides to sacrifice the Mantine. So, no Stealth Rocks. We only have 1 turn of Sun left, which is unfortunate. But we are up 6-3 in the battle. So I'm feeling pretty confident right now. My Donphan should wall his Magneton and potentially his Rhyperior as well. Because I am very defensively bulky. Now he does bring in Togekiss. So what does Togekiss want to do to me? He could flinch me to death. He could paralyze me. He's not going to Dazzling Gleam. What kind of set is the most common for Togekiss here? Let's see. As you can see, my Charizard is nicknamed Wild One because... Okay, he could Nasty Plot. Air Slash, Thunder Wave, okay. I'm gonna go into Pikachu here, give him some showtime. I do have the Surf on my Pikachu. Now, there's a Thunder Wave, perfect. So, pretty great predict from my end. I could have gone for for how'd you call it? For Donphan as well, but I figured I wanted to give some screen time to Pikachu. Now, I have two options here. I can Volt Switch, predicting the Magneton or the Togekiss staying in, or I could predict the Togekiss switching out and I could Surf. Now the question is, would a Surf just cleanly one-hit KO Rhyperior? Would it? Now, Light Ball, Surf, 252 special attack, it will. So, I'm going to Volt Switch, gain some initiative. If he brings in Rhyperior, which he does switch out, and that is Rhyperior, I believe. No, that's Magneton. Okay, so I get some cheap damage onto Magneton. Wow, that did a lot of damage. And that's all thanks to the Light Ball. So, is that a choice carved Magneton? Is that a choice carved Magneton? That's the question here. Because if it is, I shouldn't bring in Charizard. I think I bring in Donphan here and just click knockoff. He has no way to get rid of Stealth Rock. I think Stealth Rock is actually the better play for me. Just gonna set up my Stealth Rock. I'm not too afraid of whatever Magneton wants to do to me. And we might find out what kind of Magneton he's using after this turn. He decides to withdraw. Togekiss might be the one coming in. Yep, that's Togekiss. So, there's the Stealth Rock. He might want to go for a Nasty Plot. If that is the set he's running, we've only seen Thunder Wave, and we really haven't seen any sort of supports from him. So, do I knock off here to see what kind of item he has? He could Air Slash, or I could just go into Jessie and sacrifice my Weavile. I don't need differential in this league. I don't think I'm really high up there. I am in first place, so I mean the safer switch is to just go into Snorlax, but I don't want Snorlax to be flinched to death with Thunder Wave and Air Slash. So there goes Weavile. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, and wow, I actually avoided the attack. I can't use Sleep Powder because of how the rules work, so I'm gonna click Hurricane and do some X amount of damage onto Togekiss, but no, he decides to bring in Magneton, which will take that Hurricane like a champion. So, looks like Jessie will live to see another day actually. Would he go for a Volt Switch right now? Would he go for a Volt Switch right now? Do I go into my Pikachu? Because Volt Switch did a lot of damage, but Pikachu is obviously not the bulkiest Pokemon. So I'm gonna go into my Donphan once again. Playing it very safe right now. Magneton will wake up, and because we still have Jessie in the back, that means we can Sleep Powder something else. And wow, he goes for Reflect. That's interesting. Now I click knockoff. Either I remove the Eviolite, I remove Togekiss's item, I remove Rhyperior's item potentially. Yeah, that's Rhyperior, right? So I'm gonna remove whatever item he supposedly has. Potentially a weakness policy. Wow, the Choice Band. So Choice Band, no more. That's why the Ice Punch did so much damage to Charizard. I'm just gonna click Earthquake here. I do outspeed, not surprising. This might be... Wow, that's not even close to a 3-hit KO. Ice Punch is also not doing too much damage. But wow. That Earthquake was quite pathetic. Now, I don't have anything that wants to switch in. He might try to set up the Stealth Rock here, which is fine because Donphan is still healthy and Charizard can live one switch in still, so if he does, that's fine. Nope, he goes for the Earthquake, so pretty good predict on my end. And now here I have two choices. I can either Sleep Powder or I can just go for the Energy Ball. He might... yeah, I'm gonna go for the Energy Ball. He does stay in, so I might... Weavile might get its third KO. Wow! Weavile KO's Rhyperior. That's amazing. What else got KO'd? Cryogonal, Infernape, Rhyperior, Mantine. Who KO'd Mantine? Charizard KO'd Mantine, right? Charizard KO Mantine. So, we are still 6-0. We will be able to set up on this because I will Sleep Powder. I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but it might be. And we've been very fortunate with our Sleep Powder turns. Now, the question would be, do I just follow up? Do I just follow up on... do I just try to Quiver Dance? Or do I just start doing damage with Hurricane? Because he potentially has Roost. But not sure. He does burn one turn. So, gonna Hurricane. I decided it's not worth it. Jesse has done more than enough in this battle, for sure. And wow, I get the confusion. He might not even wake up. He does wake up. He is confused. He only has a 50-50 chance. Wow. So Weavile is about to take its 4th KO. Wow. I brought Weavile in to get sacrificed, and it survived now 2 turns against that Togekiss where it really should have fallen. And I can put the Magneton to sleep as well. There he got a 1-turn wake up. But Weavile has KO'd 4 of my opponent's Pokemon now. Now, just based on the current situation, I'm gonna preserve my differential because why not? You never know. And a 6-0 looks nicer than a 5-0. Because there's no way my opponent sweeps me with that Magneton. Not with Assault Vest Snorlax in the back, not with Donphan. Yeah, that does literally nothing. He can't run, so I'm gonna click Fire Punch just in case he has some weird Levitate or Magnet Rise attack. And there's the Fire Punch. Due to the Reflect, I don't KO. What? But I get the burn. I got so much hacks. Wow. I got so much hacks in my favor in this battle. With full sleep turns. With, wow. 6-0 sweep, guys. Please go check out Sinister. He really is a good battler. And his division, the Silver Conference, is really tough. Everyone was tied before this battle at 2-2. So yeah, I guess this is karma for our previous week just not working out for me and my opponent. Thank you guys for watching. Please go check out Sinister Sableye. His link on Twitter will be in the description down below. So if anything, leave a comment on the battle saying good game or something, because I'm sure he will really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry you didn't get to see Victreebel in action, but hey, you did get to see a Pikachu. And when was the last time you saw Weavile sweep 4 Pokemon in a single battle? Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week for more Pokédraft Kings League. Bye bye!